We have a ghost in our house, which we have talked about on numerous occasions, but we like to discuss it because it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. We just had an experience tonight, which I actually hate talking about because I feel like it just opens up the door for like more experiences like this. But we're sitting downstairs in the living room under a light, a pretty bright light. Would you say there's like 3 light bulbs in it?
There is 3 light bulbs in it.
We're
And
playing cards, and all of a sudden the light, would you say it flickered?
it didn't even flicker. It turned on and off. So the lights went on and back off, on, back off 3 different times for approximately a second to 2 seconds each time. And it wasn't a flickering process. It wasn't like a light bulb that's going out. They literally went on and off. Now you would say, well, maybe your power was going on and off or having some type of power surge. But we had other lights on, including a Christmas tree right next to us that did not turn off. And it was only this one specific light that was right above us.
It was right above us, and if anything, it was just the ominous feeling around it happening. And I freaked out, as I will do, and you yelled at it.
I told it to get the fuck out.
Yeah, he yelled in a really forceful way, and it stopped.
Immediately stopped.
It immediately stopped. But you were just upstairs in the attic today. He was marching around in the attic, which has a really intense presence to it.
An ominous feeling.
Do you want to take this up there and take a video of what's in the attic? Because it's so freaking scary.
We can.
When we moved into this house, we explored the attic, and I'm going to show you what we found.
Okay, so come with me. So this is the hatch that we have that releases down for us to gain access to the attic. And we have these really creaking, loud stairs. And then we're going to enter up into the attic. So interesting enough, when we moved in, we had all these different pictures. Now this one is just a normal poster. It's a U.S. Marines poster, which is not a big deal because we live close to a Marine base. But then you come over here and there's unique other photos that are just kind of attached onto the ceiling. Well, these also have poems that are written on them. I'll try to get over to that. As you can see, here's one that was left. And then if you come over to this side, there's also 2 other ones. So whoever lived here prior to us left these. And this is the rest of the basement. Attic, crawl space. But whoever lived here prior to us, obviously would come up here at times to place these pictures. I would say maybe a young child or even maybe a teenager, since these are poems and posted up here. It's very unique that they are placed up here.
We're a little rattled because as we were just talking about this and rewatching the video of him up in the attic, we heard a very loud noise outside of our room, which we've talked about this armoire outside of our room. It came with the house when we moved in. It belonged to the original owners. I'm going to include a little video of it right now, but it's right outside of our bedroom door, and we feel like it is the source of all of the mayhem. There's actually a mirror inside of the door of this armoire, and many commenters that have watched our videos about the situation have said that it's perhaps a portal. So we've been having paranormal shit happen all day today in the house. And I remembered somebody was talking about a ghost app, ghosttube on the phone on this app. So we got it and we took some video, and this is what we heard. And then I'm also going to include a list of words that it picked up. We heard some of these words, but for some reason the app didn't catch a recording of all of them. So I'm including a list of the words that were picked up in the last 1 minute of recording in our room around the armoire with this app.
Grandmother.
I also want to emphasize that when you're seeing the video and you're hearing thumping noises, we are not hearing those noises in real time. The video is picking up thumping noises. So I'm going to play one right now where you hear the thumping. And then I'm also going to show a video where you don't hear anything, but you see 2 orbs visibly pass across the screen.
Hot.
I did a dig on this house. You can actually order a history of your house, and this house is 40 plus years old. So I paid $2 and ordered a history of this house, and I found out that the original owners who built this house were a family of four, and everyone's still living except for the lady of the house. The lady of the house died under what seems to be tragic accidental circumstances because she died in a hospital, and she was about 60, so it would have been something that perhaps they didn't have a lot of warning around because she died in the hospital, not in a hospice, not at a, other place, not at home where she would have had warning or notice that she was going to die. And I've always felt like she's here. Her touches are everywhere throughout the house. Back in our garden, there's little plaques that she put out in the garden. There's those drawings up in the attic that we showed you earlier. The armoire was probably hers. It seems like something a woman would have made for that specific space at the top of the stairs. And the armoire is right outside of her room, and that is really where we feel her most, is in our room and outside of our room. So my guess is that she's stuck. My guess is that her whole family is still living except for her. And if I were a mother and I was confused about where I was and I was taken abruptly from my family, I would revisit my home as well. And I would probably want to stay in my home where I lived most of my life and raised all of my children.